won by decision.
She looked good against Jen Scott. She won the fight. Unanimous decision, no questions asked, moved her record up to 1-3. Keep in mind, Jessica Rakoczy is a very good boxer, world-class boxer. She's fought at Tachi before as a boxer, but she came over to mixed martial arts, didn't have the kind of success that you would hope that kind of crossover athlete would have. I mean, between the Ronda Rouseys and Sarah McMahon's, and even prior striking converts, Gina Carano and others, we expect a lot from high-level athletes to cross over into mixed martial arts, especially on the women's side where the depth isn't there quite yet. So a lot of people had high hopes for Rakoczy, but she was matched incredibly tough in her early bouts. Debuted against Michelle Auld, fought Zoila Gurgel very early on. She really hasn't got the best shake of things. So it was unfortunate that Jennifer Scott win got taken away, as she basically said that she had a miserable night during a training camp night leading up to the fight and had taken half a Percocet because she felt so miserable with her infant son who was up all night. Unfortunately, not exactly the best course of action. The Nevada State Athletic Commission, fined her $900 and overturned the winning no contest, but it was sort of a good faith screw up. Even NSAC Deputy Keith Kaiser basically said that, we don't expect any further suspension to come out of this. She made a mistake. We took our course of action. So an unfortunate sort of situation that led to Jessica Rakoczy maintaining that 0-3 record, but naturally she enters as a favorite tonight against Kristen Gatz.
Jordan talks about the boxing background of Rakoczy, bringing that style into mixed martial arts. How much is the striking actually different, Javi, from boxing to mixed martial arts?
Well, first of all, when you're boxing, traditionally you can be a little bit taller standing up. You can move around a little bit better because you're standing up. When you come into mixed martial arts, your stance is generally going to have to be a little bit lower. You're going to have to be a little bit more planted. Frankie Edgar is one of the few guys that you see in MMA that has fantastic footwork, but yet is still low enough to be able to stop the shots. And if she doesn't make that adjustment of lowering her stance, obviously she's probably going to get taken down and controlled from there. So the biggest adjustment is lowering the level and obviously being aware of leg shots and also being pinned up against the fence.
Kristen Gatz makes her professional debut tonight here at Tachi Palace Fights. She's competed 5 times before as an amateur, going 1-4. She fell short in her last amateur bout, losing by guillotine choke in April to Brianna Van Buren at a local 559 fights card. We talked about the background of Rakoczy. Looking at Gatz here, it seems like she doesn't have the experience that. Yes, she's fought 5 times as an amateur, but she is coming in tonight fighting a woman that's fought the Bellator champion, has fought Felice Herrig. I mean, is that a big disadvantage as it looks to be on paper?
It is a disadvantage because it's great to be 4-1 as an amateur, but if you're facing people, I mean, I will not hesitate to say Jessica Rakoczy probably would have been 5-0 against Kristen Gatz's amateur competition. So it's one thing to look at Jessica Rakoczy's 0-3 record and see her as some kind of bust, but when you consider the fact that like Michelle Auld's a good fighter, Zoila Gurgel in your second fight is an extremely daunting task. So when you're looking at the difference in opposition here, it is drastic and dramatic. So this is the kind of case where context matters, and we really have to sort of take the records apart to understand why Rakoczy is considered a prohibitive favorite going into this fight.
Rakoczy will enjoy a reach advantage in this fight by 5 inches. Let's go up to Joe Martinez and get the official introductions for our first fight of the evening.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, our first attraction this evening, 3 rounds of women's action in the flyweight division. The 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside, Jackie Dinkin, Ralph McKnight, and Mark Lawley. When the action begins inside the cage, your referee in charge, Jason McCoy. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, a boxer sitting 5 feet 7 inches tall. Official weight, 125 1/2 pounds. This professional seeks professional victory number 1 tonight. Hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, here is Jessica Ragin Rakoczy. And her opponent across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 2 inches tall. She weighed in 129 1/4 pounds. Tonight, making her professional debut and joining us from Fresno, California, she is Kristen, the Automatic Gatz. Referee in charge once again, Jason McCoy.
Jason McCoy gets the assignment for our first fight of the night, which takes place in the women's flyweight division here at Tachi Palace Fights 14 in Lemoore, California. I'm TJ DeSantis alongside Jordan Breen and Javier Vasquez, and we are underway. Rakoczy in the black and white tie shorts, Gatz in the blue and white venom shorts. And here we see Gatz shoot in for a takedown. Rakoczy able to push her into the cage here.
Well, Rakoczy did a good job of circling off, using the under to circle her back off the cage and then turn Gatz up against the cage. That was real smart.
These women fighting under three-minute rounds tonight.
Man, a 3-3-minute round fight is basically a sprint. You know, even if you get a takedown, you don't have a whole lot of time to work. So it's almost better to try and stand and bang.
I have to agree with Javi as well. I mean, we've seen whether it was 3-3-minute rounds for high-level women back in Elite XC or even short truncated bouts in different states. 3-3s. I mean, it's hard to work someone up against the fence, clinch, get a takedown. Really does favor those who can come out and throw heavy firepower really quickly.
Rakoczy landed a very nice kick to the lead leg of Gatz.
Nice little jab right there. Rakoczy's landed a couple good straight right hands, and she's circling off to her right. She's doing it over and over again.
Gatz trying to push her head down into a knee now, maybe framing up a guillotine. You see Rakoczy, though, has an overhook on her left arm. Working the body there inside the clinch.
Gatz seems to have a little bit of a hard time dealing with Rakoczy's height up against the fence.
90 seconds remain in this opening round.
You can also see the inexperience when Kristen Gatz's corner yells to turn her. She physically just turns her shoulders and tries to wrench Jessica Rakoczy against the fence rather than using any kind of footwork or pummeling. She's kind of yanked her and tried to push her against the fence.
Good job.
Back in space.
Good left hand. You could definitely tell who's the more seasoned striker. Rakoczy looks a lot smoother, a lot more confidence on the feet. Landing a nice combination right there. Another right hand.
She's really settling in now on her feet too, getting comfortable. Back up in the clinch here. Gatz able to reverse the position, try to put Rakoczy back in the cage. Rakoczy has none of it and reverses the situation once again. You see Rakoczy working the body there with the knee.
Good right hand.
That one hurt. Gatz is in trouble now. It's done.
The right
Jessica
hand.
Rakoczy, TKO here in the first round.
The right hand, she landed about 5 or 6 good solid right hands, and that one just dropped her.
She needed a mulligan. Jessica Rakoczy now, fingers crossed, knock on wood, her first pro MMA victory, seemingly with no reason for it to be taken away this time around.
And she earned it tonight, throwing punches or knees or some sort of strike in literally every position that they were in tonight, working the body and the clinch. Very nice dirty boxing by Jessica Rakoczy, and she gets a stoppage in the first round.
She did a beautiful job. She did a great job of keeping herself off the fence, hit her with a straight right hand, dropped her.
Referee had seen enough. Rakoczy notches her first professional mixed martial arts win.
It's hard to say a lot about that replay. I mean, she landed a couple, 2 or 3 clean right crosses before that. Gatz was able to eat them, but that one was simply cleaner, harder, more follow-through, dropped her pretty much flat on her face. Plain and simple, you're dealing with a woman who was a world-class boxer in a weight class coming to mixed martial arts against someone who had 5 amateur mixed martial arts fights and wasn't particularly outstanding in any regard. This is the expected outcome. Great for Jessica Rakoczy to get her hand raised, but it's perhaps not surprising. Of her MMA bouts so far, this is markedly the least experienced, least skilled fighter she's faced.
There's a right hand, and that was done. You could see Gatz was, mentally checked out of the fight there after that right hand, and it was pretty much all over right there.
I mean, it could have also been an adding up of the punches as well. She hit her with a good 4, 5, 6 straight right hands along, throughout the fight, and that one just took it all out of her. That last one took it all out of her.
Let's get the official word from Joe Martinez as Jessica Rakoczy gets her first mixed martial arts win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 2 minutes. 19 seconds, round number 1. Referee Jason McCoy calls a halt to the bout. Your winner declared by way of knockout victory, Jessica Rakoczy.
What did you see from her going forward? We talk about her opposition, Felice Herrig and Zoila Gurgel in the past. I mean, did you see something tonight that will really, motivate her to go forward? Do you see her propelling into a prospect at 125?